There are some days you just find you need to get out for a ride. Not because you're running from something, but because you need to remember what matters. And that was what today was. Funny thing, I didn't know I was even looking.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another ride. It is a lovely Tuesday morning here, just leaving Paradise. We're heading down Mill Road. We're going to be going to La Porte and up to Little Grass Reservoir. Join me. It should be a good one.
Life has this funny way of filling in every empty space. From your phones, our schedules, responsibilities, expectations, and the constant noise that surrounds us every day. We're so surrounded by it that we don't even realize how much we need a quiet place. That is, until we find one.
All right, we are turning on Forbestown Road. All right, so I've done part of this ride a couple times. I haven't made it all the way up to La Porte. There's some really cool gold rush towns on the way up here that we get to go through. There's a lot of history in this area. Pretty exciting. All right, we just crossed into Forbestown. This place has got a little bit of history. There's even a museum if you got time to check it out. Maybe another day. We got plans. This is the Challenge Cutoff Road. It takes us to Challenge, then Woodleaf, and eventually to La Porte. Got a nice flow to it.
The road began winding through some of the historic foothill communities of Northern California. Places that carry stories from generations before us. Forbestown, Challenge, Woodleaf, and Clipper Mills are all reminders of California's rich gold mining history. Back in the 1800s, this entire area was transformed by the discovery of gold. Thousands of people flooded into the foothills, hoping to strike it rich. Small communities popped up almost overnight. Has a fascinating history. The town got its name from a lumber mill that was operated in this area. And like many foothill communities, it was shaped by the timber industry, mining, and the changing economy of Northern California. This little town may seem quiet today, but at one time, it was full of miners, loggers, families businesses, and people chasing their dreams. When planning this route for today, I had hoped to stop in Clipper Mills for a quick lunch, but when I rolled through this town, everything was closed up. Honestly, that's okay. Sometimes the best moments on these rides happen when the plan doesn't work out exactly how you expected. So, I left town and I kept climbing towards Little Grass Valley Reservoir. Living here in Northern California, I've heard about Little Grass Valley Reservoir for years. You hear about these little hidden gems all the time, but for whatever reason, I've never found the time or the right excuse to make it up here. Today, we're changing that, and I am so glad we did. There is something about getting into God's creation that just does something for my soul. Somehow, traveling on a motorcycle, it's just easier to slow down, listen, and reflect. I know it's just a Tuesday, but I expected to see more people out here. Instead, it felt like I had this entire place to myself. Well, almost. There was one fisherman getting ready to head out onto the water. His name was John. We stood there and chatted for close to 30 minutes. You know, some fishermen really know how to tell a story. John, I hope you were able to land that big brown trout you were after. Go get him. I think sometimes we make faith more complicated than it needs to be. Sometimes God does speak to us through a sermon, a song, or even a conversation with a friend. But sometimes He speaks through a mountain range, a quiet forest, or a peaceful lake, where you're reminded that the Creator of all this beauty knows you and invites you to enjoy what He has made. Psalms 97:6. The heavens proclaim His righteousness, and all the people see His glory. After spending a little time taking it all in, I had a decision to make. I could turn around and head back the way I came, or I could take a road I had never ridden before, probably going to add some time and some extra miles to the adventure. Well, if you know me, you already know which option I chose.
What a road! Oh my goodness. Northern California is showing off today. This sky is amazing. Beautiful clouds. Temperature is gorgeous. 77 degrees 76 degrees right now. And we are heading into Quincy. What a beautiful stretch of asphalt. I love this. I needed this today. I'll tell you what. I needed a good ride today.
What I didn't know is that I was about to find one of the best motorcycle roads I have ridden in a very long time. Quincy La Porte Road was absolutely amazing today. The curves, the elevation changes, the mountain views, the exposure, and that feeling of being completely surrounded by the mountains. It was incredible. For a motorcycle rider, roads like this are what we dream about.
Woo! What a road!
This road was technical enough to challenge you, yet it rewarded you with some amazing views and made you forget about everything else for a while. For me, today, this was the road I needed. It wasn't about the riding, it was about being present, being thankful, and remembering that sometimes the best ventures aren't the ones that are planned out perfectly. A lot of times, they're the ones where you simply follow the road and see where God takes you.
So beautiful.
Hidden compartments beneath the floorboards, secret encoders made only for us. You let your hair, I let my guard down.
I wish you guys could smell what I'm smelling. Everything is in bloom. All these wildflowers. Trees smell amazing. Other than a handful of, trucks here. Had this literally to myself.
Letters and smoke,
Wow.
the chain reaction. Was I supposed to feel this attraction? Borderlines that we crossed them. Borderlines and blood signs that we lost them.
Wow.
What you've done was right above and the borderlines that go through the lives of the loved ones. I wasn't aware of ways you would be mine,
What a gorgeous road.
and how I would fall just like November 9. Letters and smoke, a chain reaction.
These adventures remind me it isn't always about how far you go or how many miles you're able to put on your bike. Sometimes adventure is about creating space. Space to think, space to breathe, and most important, space to reconnect with God. Because we live in a world that constantly pulls our attention in 1,000 different directions. But out here, on the road in these mountains, there is a reminder that we were created for more than just rushing from one thing to the next. Jesus himself often stepped away from the crowds and spent time alone to pray. Like in Mark 1:35, very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, he left the house and went off to a solitary place where he prayed. If Jesus valued stepping away from the noise, maybe we should too. Maybe we all need those moments where we put down the distractions, get outside, and remember the one who created it all. So today wasn't just a motorcycle ride. It was a reminder to slow down, a reminder to be grateful, and a reminder that God's fingerprints are everywhere if we just take the time to look.
There's a new day that will come again tomorrow. There's a new day to wash away the pain. There's a new day to take away your sorrow. And the old ways get washed out by the rain. Darling, you've got to keep holding on through the night, 'cause I promise you this.
Eventually, I rolled into Quincy, a little bit hungry and ready for a break. I found this little taco truck on the side of the highway. I parked the bike, ordered some food, and I stood there eating my lunch off my top box while watching the people go about their day. And honestly, it was great. No fancy restaurant, no big production, just a motorcycle, a good meal, and a moment to appreciate where I was.
There's a new day to get you through your struggles. I will always think of you and me. Darling, you've got to keep holding on through the night, 'cause I promise you this. If you try to get some sleep, if you give up the fight, if only just for a bit.
As I make my way back home to paradise on Highway 70, I can't help but feel thankful. Today didn't go exactly the way I planned, but honestly, it turned out so much better. Maybe not what I wanted, but it was exactly what I needed. I got to ride roads I'd never seen before, discover places I didn't know existed, and everywhere I looked, I saw God's fingerprints on His creation. Every ride reminds me just how incredible this world is, especially if we slow down long enough to notice it. I love exploring new places even when I get caught unexpectedly in a rainstorm, because I always come home with more than just miles on the odometer. I come home with a grateful heart. If life has you feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or distracted by all the things that we carry every day, do yourself a favor and follow Jesus' example. Throughout the Gospels, He often stepped away from the crowds to spend time alone with the Father. Find your own quiet place. Put the phone down. Take a walk. Go sit by the lake. Climb a mountain. Or maybe, like me today, throw your leg over your motorcycle and take the long way home. Thanks for riding along with me today. Until next time, ride safe, keep exploring, and God bless.